Greetings, everyone. So, before we get started, I want to make this clear. I'm not beefing with Juicehead. This is not a lol Juicehead bad video. He makes a point. I'm going to refute that point because, well, frankly, my jimmies were rustled because I really don't like that fall TV show. Yes, I was not part of the crowd that was drinking the Kool-Aid, but like, greatest video game adaptation ever. It's like the second coming of TV, or, you know, like, and then mysteriously shut the hell up about it right around the time a marketing budget ran out. I mean, really kind of suspicious that, you know, that right around the time a marketing campaign would be running out, people just completely stopped talking about the greatest video game adaptation ever. I mean, but what do I know? That's just basic pattern recognition skills. So, Juicehead's claiming that TV show gave Fallout a permanent boost, and he's not wrong, it gave it a boost. But even in this video, he shows a chart, and it's really disingenuous. As I'm going to show you that after that boost, there was a huge drop-off. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to play a little clip here. Fallout 76 is growing.
Even further is now the Fallout TV show boost almost looks to have permanently increased the Fallout 76 player count. It definitely seems like for a lot of people.
Now, for context, he's talking about how they're making more content for Fallout 76, and that might be motivated by the fact there's now a permanent boost from the TV show. Okay. No, there is no permanent boost from the TV show. Users have been down. Now, if you look at the actual thing, you see, like, there was a boost. It was a huge boost. Went up to 72,000 players, and now we're back down to 28. And it's continued to drop. You're probably going to see it resettle around 11 to 15, where it was before. You see the same thing with Fallout 4. Huge increase. Over 186,000 players. And now we're back down to 45 now. To be fair, well, 45 peak, 23 current, or average. Now, to be fair, part of that is to be blamed on the fact that the last major update really just royally screwed up Fallout 4. And there is talks that the modders are going to pick an earlier version. If you're looking forward to Fallout London, a game I will be streaming when it comes out, that they're going to pick an earlier version and they're going to stick to it. And Fallout London is not going to release on the latest build. You're going to have to roll back on Steam, or if you use GOG Galaxy, they have you can download what version of the game you want if you want to play some mods. Now, I'm not really in tune with the mod scene, so that could have just been talk weeks ago, could have gone nowhere, could have grown more prevalent. If you know, because if you're like in the mod scene, you know, drop a comment, let the audience know down below. Or to the side, wherever the comments are now. But as you can see, no, the TV show created a fad. And the fad died really quickly. The fad was not long-lived. Almost as if that TV show was just the current hype thing, and now that's not the current hype thing. People are just moving on. Now, the good news was that a lot of people actually did discover Fallout. Oh, wait, I just clicked on the wrong one. Discovered Fallout New Vegas, which sadly did not get as much love as it really deserved, but more people did discover New Vegas, the game which has all the lore ruined by the TV show, which had to be a massive dissonance. And even the earlier games had a boost, like Fallout 2, one of my favorites from this series. They even got a boost. Which is actually really funny, because one time someone accused me, like, oh, you just like Fallout 2 because you have nostalgia. I'm like, I played Fallout 2 after I played Fallout 3. Like, there ain't no nostalgia. I just really like Fallout 2's story. If you've never played the classic Fallout 1 and 2, their villains are immaculately written. Like, in any other story, they could legitimately be good guys. Because how many stories have you seen where the last bastion of humanity is fighting for the preservation of the human race as it is against an endless mutated wasteland? That's the Enclave in Fallout 2. In Fallout 1, the Master, he wanted to end all racism by making everyone a unified race that would live way longer and have no skin difference, and almost most of our differences based on, different ethnic genotypes would have been erased, and we'd all be one race, the super mutant race. And that would actually have been a really good idea, except for the FEV2 sterilized everyone. See, the original FEV, or FEV1, potentially didn't sterilize, and then there's the prototype that came before the FEV, which the FEV was developed off of. It didn't sterilize, but the FEV2 does sterilize. The airborne FEV, because West Tech got nuked, if you're wondering why there's so much mutated life, they could never make the FEV virus airborne because it was too heavy. Well, after the nuclear weapon hit West Tech, there's an airborne version of the FEV that spread throughout the continent, which is what allowed a lot of life to rapidly adapt to a irradiated wasteland. Rather than forcing people to have to live in specific little pockets, we got slight mutations because we're all susceptible to the airborne FEV. That's more in the Fallout Bible, if I remember my Fallout Bible correctly, but you see, these two games set the great lore that Fallout New Vegas inherited, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the stories from Bethesda. They're objectively just bad. But yeah, no, I was happy that the show got, I was saying that the one good thing about the show was that the games got more love. But that fad was a fad, and it's over. And here's a good question. Here's a good point, right? So, Amazon produces a lot of woke stuff, and I'm not going to go over Fallout TV show for wokeness. There was some ideological messaging in it, and I would have to review what it was, because I'll be honest, I'm not going to waste my life archiving everything in my memory about this stuff, but it's from Amazon, and we all know what they like to do. They like to push messaging. They like to push wokeness. Well, when the next TV show season comes out, as you can see, the general audience has grown tired of woke. Good luck trying to push the same stuff with an audience that is starting to increasingly not even tolerate the most minor of wokeness. When's the next season coming out? Next year? The year after? So you're going to have people even more sick of this stuff after the economic situation worsened, and that they've grown even increasingly more tired of it. Look at Sweet Baby Inc. Look, every game they've touched is done. And apparently a lot of developers from Flintlock are gone. People are done with woke. It took a general audience a long time to, get sick and tired of woke, but, they got there. It's going to be questionable whether or not the next Fallout season is going to be as well received by the general audiences, with the general zeitgeist and cultural tolerances shifting. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe. And again, I have no beef with Juicehead. Just kind of disappointed that he's capping for Fallout TV show and claiming that this franchise had a huge boost. It did had a prolonged huge boost. It had a boost. It's wearing off. It is what it is. Peace.